The Berlin Airlift. The Berlin Airlift was one of the first international crises during the Cold War. It started with the Yalta and Potsdam Conference. At Yalta and Potsdam, it was decided that Germany would be divided among the Allies into 4 equal sections after the end of World War II. After Yalta and Potsdam, Germany was indeed divided in half. West Germany belonged under the supervision of the United States, France, and Great Britain. East Germany was controlled by the Russians. Berlin, the capital, was divided in the same manner, but it was in the larger Russian-controlled portion of East Germany. The city of Berlin was located 100 miles inside the Soviet-occupied zone. The Soviet zone produced much of Germany's food supply, while the territory of the British and American zones had to rely on food imports even before the conflict began. The Berlin blockade actually started over the issue of currency. The currency in West Germany and Berlin was much more valuable than East Germany and East Berlin. Stalin saw this inadequacy as a threat to communism. Stalin closed up access to West Berlin in 1948. Soviet guards halted all passenger trains and traffic on the Autobahn to Germany, delayed Western and German freight shipments, and required that all water transport secure a special Soviet permission to leave. The Soviet Union blocked the Western Allies' railway and road access to the sectors of Berlin under Allied control. Their aim was to force the Western powers to allow the Soviet zone to start supplying Berlin with food and fuel, thereby giving the Soviets control over the entire city. In response to the Berlin blockade, the Western Allies organized the Berlin Airlift to carry supplies to the people in West Berlin. The United Kingdom's Royal Air Force and the United States Air Force flew over 200,000 flights in 1 year, providing up to 4,700 tons of necessities such as fuel and food to the people of Berlin. By the spring of 1949, after a year of flying flights into Berlin, the US and Great Britain were delivering more supplies by airplane to Berlin than had been arriving by train before the airlift even started. Soon afterwards, the 4 powers began serious negotiations, and a settlement was reached on Western's terms. On May 4, 1949, the Allies announced an agreement to end the blockade.